Hey, and Merry Christmas, everybody. Kind of an early morning for me, getting things going. Got a little throat thing I'm working on. Anyway, I wanted to give you guys an update here on today's snowstorm, our Christmas snowstorm. A little bit of a blizzard situation setting up here across portions of Nebraska, as well as more of South Dakota. We're going to show you some things, and I'm also going to show you show you how this storm is going to progress over the next couple of days and how it may bring some additional snows in maybe different parts of the country. We'll show you those here in a second as we're taking a live look right now on how things are looking. We'll go ahead and zoom in here a little bit and we'll take a look at some things that are going on. You can see the snows there across Omaha and Sioux City. We'll go in here a little bit closer and you can see Lincoln getting in on the snow as well, as those major cities in that part of the country are getting hit. And going up to Sioux Falls, also seeing the snows up there as well. So it's going to be a white Christmas for some of these folks up in this way. Although conditions are going to expected to deteriorate a little bit later today, as this low, the what's happening is you got the upper level low and you got the surface low that are kind of coming together as we go through the day. So as we look at this right now, you can see here that we've got the surface low there down toward the south. So you got the surface low backing here, and this low is going to kind of do a loop-de-loop. It's going to literally going to come all around like this as the upper level low and the surface low kind of merge together, and the upper low kind of becomes the dominant part of the system. And with the pressure difference between the high that's up to the north and the low pressure itself, that's going to allow the wind energy to kind of give us potential blizzard conditions, say across areas of South Dakota as well as Nebraska. So obviously you're talking about areas here on Interstate 190 or I-90, definitely a corridor you don't want to be on today between Sioux Falls and Rapid City. It is definitely going to be just one of those days where you just want to stay inside, stay off the roads, and just allow this thing to kind of spin itself out literally as we go through the next 24 to 36 hours. It's going to be a slow mover to kind of kick out of here, but it will in time, very slowly. Let's give you an update here now as I go ahead and bring you back to me here. We'll take you back over to the latest on the warnings. And that's the one change from my update last night is we've got a little more orange on that map. That's associated with this storm system here as we're looking at better chance of seeing blizzard conditions. Zoom in here a little closer into bigger parts of the area. So we're talking about areas here getting into, again, a lot of South Dakota, Nebraska, the foothills of Colorado, kind of clipping areas of Kansas. So it's a little bit bigger zone as far as where the blizzard conditions, obviously surrounded by winter storm warnings around the periphery of this thing as this thing gets cranking here throughout the day today. The conditions will deteriorate for today and will make travel very hazardous for this area. All right, so let me go back over here real quick and see if I can send this back to where it needs to be. There we go. All right, so here's the model run right here. This is the latest model run of what's going on, and what you're seeing again is this low. It's interesting. You got two different features here, and I do want to illustrate this a little bit here. You've got they got the surface low, and let me go ahead. Actually, let me go ahead and freeze this real quick. I want to go ahead and freeze this model loop here. And I just want to kind of illustrate a couple things. So let me go ahead and pause this real quick right here. So let me pause it and put it right there. And I want you to see a couple things here. So what we're seeing is you've got two different systems kind of converging. You got here's the surface low right here. Here's the upper low kind of right here. So these things are going to kind of merge together. They're going to become basically just one big upper low going throughout the day. So you see the snows here across Nebraska, and this is going to retrograde. It's going to go back in this direction, something you don't normally see. You know, most storm systems here are going from west to east, going that direction. They're not backing up, and that's what we're going to see here for today. So people we're going to be seeing the snows and the precipitation, especially like areas here across, western South Dakota and western Nebraska, and these areas in here are going to see the precipitation coming from the exact opposite direction from where you normally would see it, right? So that's going to back up in here for today. So let's go ahead and step you through this. I'll step you through this real quick, and we will kind of step you through here what's going to happen here for today. So again, going into tomorrow, you're seeing it's the next 24 hours, you see this low kind of backing up. So you see it backing up through Iowa, bringing the warm sector. It's in the rains there into areas of Minnesota, maybe sleet, freezing rain there into portions of South Dakota and North Dakota. He's got a little warmer sector up toward the north, but colder down to the south as this thing lows in. And then look what happens. The low, basically, the surface low kind of disappears, right, by the time we get to that position there, by late in the day tomorrow. So by late in the day tomorrow, you've got a situation where you've got the low pressure, sitting in here. You got the snows just on the periphery as this thing's going to continue to move off toward the east. And then, and this is the North America, this is the short range model here. I'll take this all the way out to the end of its loop, and something I'm kind of watching here is it's going to run. This is going to run into some of this moisture coming in out that weak low to the north there, and see that area there in Indiana right there. That's something I'm just going to watch. It's a little early to see if that's going to actually happen. But we get a little bit of deforestation zone kind of setting up in there, and that could bring in some potential heavier snows across Indiana. Wasn't really tracking that. But there's the low right there with the low. And I would not be surprised if we get some snow showers or snow flurries here across Tennessee, portions of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia. They're not going to amount to anything, but it wouldn't surprise me with this cold core. Daytime heating, you get a few snow flurries, snow showers here. You're definitely going to see some, as this traverses the mountains, you'll probably get some accumulations here across the Appalachians a little bit, but not as robust as what we're seeing currently with the big storm system as it is impacting areas in Nebraska and South Dakota here for today. All right, hey, let's go take a look at some cameras. I do have some cameras I've got stacked up here for you. You can kind of see what's going on. Lincoln, Nebraska. The sun has not quite come up yet there, but it has been snowing there a little bit. You can kind of look down to the ground there where the lights are. You can see there's some white on the housetops there. There wasn't last night, yesterday, when I was looking at this last night. So, and you can see the snow here on the ground in Kearney. But conditions currently, as we're looking around at these different locations, not looking too bad so far. Deadwood, this is on the western portions of South Dakota. You've got some snow on the ground. Conditions will probably go down here a little bit later here as well. Hope those Christmas decorations don't come loose or blow off once it gets a little windier later today. Rapid City, South Dakota, same for this area. You're going to see some snows coming in again later today as that low retrogrades back to the west. Now, the only thing that could prevent that is if maybe it doesn't go as far west as what was forecast. We'll see how it works out there for you. And then looking here at Sturgis. Sturgis could also, again, I know it's in the western portion of South Dakota, could also see the potential for some winter weather as well. Let's go back to the model done. I failed to do one thing I do need to take a look at here. Let's go ahead and look at the snow totals. We're close enough for that. Obviously, you can do it. So let me go ahead and switch over here to the snow total map here. And we'll go here to total snows here. And I'm going to go ahead and pull myself off here so I'm out of the way. All right. So again, you've seen here through the day. There's the timestamps down on the bottom if you're looking there down below. Through the day from Christmas Day and then going into throughout the day. So most of today will be all about the areas to the eastern portions of Nebraska and South Dakota. And that's where things will get dicey. Then overnight, it's going to shift off toward the west. So by the time we head into tomorrow morning, now we're talking about areas going back over to Rapid City and getting to the western portions of Nebraska and kind of clipping portions of Colorado once again. And then this will begin to move forward. The low starts to swing on out of there as we go through the day on the 27th. So by the time we go through the 25th and 26th, it should be wrapped up for those areas. Then we'll watch this thing as it progresses off toward the east. And then that secondary zone I'll be watching there. Look at that big blow up right there. Areas right here across Indiana. And this is a little early. I'm not ready to buy on, especially these kind of mounts. 12 inches of snow. This little bullseye here in clipping portions of Illinois and Indiana. We'll see how this works out. I want to see a couple more model runs on this and see whether this is going to true. This is kind of it's a different situation. It's a unique situation set up to get that kind of snow to kind of fire up there on the periphery of an exiting low and an upper level low kind of bumping into each other and setting that snow event off. So we got some time to watch to see if that's going to verify out as this is going in toward Thursday, basically Wednesday night into Thursday morning. So we got a couple days to watch to see how that's going to evolve as we go through the next couple of days. So that's your snow totals right there. You're looking at a big bullseye there into areas of South Dakota, you're looking at a foot of snow. Again, Interstate 90, definitely won't stay off Interstate 90 because that's looking like a real mess through that corridor. The one thing that has changed from yesterday is that the higher snow totals are a little bit further to the north and not as much into Nebraska. Yesterday it was kind of showing it more down into Nebraska, and now it's a little bit further north into South Dakota. Again, just the big loop-to-loop that this low pressure is going to be doing here with the upper level low. So this isn't too bad. Then as it pulls off, you get some light dusting of snow even going into Missouri, going throughout the 26th and into the 27th, so a little bit into there. And again, anything across the deep south, it's not going to amount to anything. It's just some pretty snow flurries and maybe some snow showers if we get that at all with the daytime heating. So, all right, let's bring it back to me here on the big radar picture here. So here's where we're at right now. Again, got the snows there falling from Sioux Falls down to Sioux City, down to Omaha, Lincoln, getting on action. Rapid City, you'll see some snow later today coming in. So conditions in South Dakota, especially Interstate 90, will deteriorate pretty rapidly. They'll probably close that interstate down for a while, especially if the conditions warrant it, if it gets too bad in that zone. I'll be watching this very closely throughout the day for today. Probably be looking to do another update sometime maybe around 12, 1 o'clock, depending on what's going on. We'll take a look and see how conditions are going. And you can check it back here. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do me a favor. Please subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you're alerted when I'm doing these updates. And give me a thumbs up. Leave me a comment down below. Always helps with trying to build the channel. All right. Merry Christmas, everybody. That is your morning update for now. You guys take it easy. And we'll see you a little bit later today as we track this winter storm. Talk to you later.